All right. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to board meeting. It is October 7th, 2025. It's 5:07. We apologize for the late start on the meeting. We were having some technical difficulties. We're going to begin by indicating who's here. Clark, will you start?
Clark.
Karen Winder. Chris Wynn.
Connie Burgess.
Kim Chandler. Julie Jackson.
Todd Hubbard.
Nicole McDermott. Go ahead and turn the time over for our capital and construction updates to Justin Nagley and Chris. How do you say your last name, Chris? Karchner, thank you. Apologize.
Good evening, district leadership and board presidency. Would like to just quickly start with, I thought we had a very successful last 4 or 5 days with ribbon cuttings at Magna STEAM Academy, at Brockbank STEM, and at Cypress High last night, and thought that went great, and then had lots of fun visits with students and teachers and neighbors and parents, and thought it was very successful. As far as security update, we have just barely started. We selected, the board approved the designers last month for Taylorsville Wing Addition, and so we are just barely getting going on that, but that's the progress on security upgrades. Oops, jumped ahead. Just a couple of quick run through some of these progress. Hunter Track is almost done. We have just a few small punch list items on the bleachers, so we're basically buttoned up there. The site drainage package project is done, and we had a big storm this weekend, and it seemed to prove that we didn't have any water in the building. We talked with the custodian, and he was happy, so that's a success. The auditorium house lighting in Taylorsville is underway. We're waiting for a few more pieces to come from overseas, and then they can finish that up. I mentioned we've started talking with our designer on the wing addition there at Taylorsville. The Magna STEAM Academy is the solar panels are the last remaining piece, and we're working on that. That should be finished by mid-November. And Brockbank has a fire alarm and some small punch list items that's just wrapping up hopefully this next week over fall break. The transportation and the maintenance compound filling stations are basically done. There's a couple of small punch list items that still keep it on the list, but they're done, and we're using those. We have been successful in planting a lot of trees along the Mountain View corridor, and we're about a week away from being complete there, which is super exciting. Skyline High Auditorium abatement is out to bid right now, so we'll get going on the abatement of the last portion of Skyline. And we need to get the carbon monoxide out this month. We tried that this summer, had no takers, so we'll try again. There are a few HVAC projects that are underway. The two biggest ones are the Bacchus boiler and the Hillside Elementary boiler. I understand correctly, Bacchus will be on this Thursday, and Hillside will be next week, and we'll have those up and going. And so they will finish up at the end of this month, but the boiler should be on the next week or so. Air handling unit that's finishing up here at the GEC by mid-October, and then we have some ongoing commissioning that's happening in our different buildings, Walker and Cypress. Those are the items that I have for construction. And Chris, do you want to talk to us about Cypress and Skyline?
Yeah, so Justin already mentioned we had the ribbon cutting last night at Cypress. That was a wonderful event. We continue to make progress on completing the items. As you well know, the school is occupied and operating, and we're trying to get the vast majority of the items completed. The last remaining items, the academic wing, in terms of the IT work, is completing. We're completing all the punch on that right now. The pool is operating, the dance room's operating, the athletic spaces are operating. Quite a few athletic events have been held. The CTE, some of that shop equipment installation is completing, and the large vacuum system for that. The remaining elevator, 2 of the 3 elevators are operating. The last one is supposed to be inspected this week, at the end of the week. The performing arts has been the greatest area that's lagging, so I've been told that the Oasis, the stage rigging, is supposed to complete this week, and then CR Lighting is supposed to complete the last few lights next week, and then fingers crossed, then the auditorium will be complete next week,
So
at the end of next week.
if the auditorium's complete, that means they could do their musical, or are we that close? Or?
We are aware the musical's coming up quickly, and we're pushing that. We have a backup plan. Even if it's not, we can make it safe so we can get clearance and get in there. So we are working on that. So yes, we'll have the musical one way or another. We'll have it safely.
Oh, thank you.
The intent is, right now, Oasis is supposed to, who's doing all this theatrical rigging, is supposed to be complete this week. So we are very hopeful for that. The rest of the parking lot striping, the exterior, the outbuildings out at the athletic fields, and the tower out at Driver's Ed has also been completed. We have crews in there every evening working. My guys are working in there every evening. Dallin Jones from the district is working lots of hours as well, just trying to make sure that all the remaining pieces get completed, and then we're doing the corrective items, but we've been highly focused on just getting the priority for, as you can see from the photos, we've got the exterior metal panels at the front were completed now. The pool is operating, being used. We were in there last week. The dance room is being operated. And then one of the biggest impact items, as I'm sure if you saw, you were on the tour, was all the graphics are up. So that's very exciting. The learning stairs were completed, and you can see the kitchen's in full use at this point. So it's been a war, but we're getting there. And the CTE spaces is kind of like the last thing, hooking up some of the equipment. There was some equipment that was brought over from the existing school that wasn't completely accounted for that we're making adjustments on right now. So, and the elevators, as we said, and then you could see the shell and rigging piece. Most of those items are all installed from when we took this photo. And most of you probably wandered in through there either last week at the tour or this week at the ribbon cutting. That same railing in and out of the auditorium. It's a beautiful auditorium. And we don't have any changes to bring forward at this time. Skyline, we're finishing up most of the warranty work stuff from the academic wing. We're highly focused right now, not just in completing the auditorium piece, but the south and east parking is currently being prepared for completion. And then, as Justin mentioned, right now the abatement is out for bid right now, so that at Christmas time we can start the abatement on the remaining piece on the auditorium. All those lovely giant transite panels that are on the outside of the building are going to come down, and then that building will be demolished, and then the rest of that work will complete. The last portion of the academic wing, which runs at a 90-degree to the auditorium, is progressing very well. Many of those spaces are looking complete, even though we're taking possession next academic year on those. And then the theater, the auditorium is progressing quite well. We're very much on schedule at this point. We're looking forward to completing the last piece of Skyline. You said no questions, Julie.
This is clarification. Again, can you clarify when we will be having the demo take place? Like if someone wants to go and like kiss the outside of the wall,
Do it now.
they can't actually do it because it's...
I would kiss the outside of the wall now before we take the asbestos panels off.
When's it coming down though?
Asbestos happens middle December through probably February.
Right,
And
so
then
it'll be
abatement,
March.
and then demolition March, April, a little bit of May probably.
Right. And I want to clarify, the auditorium building will be complete at the end of, April, May kind of a situation. The last piece that the existing auditorium done is for the main drive drop-off loop. So.
But I was going to say, that if you want to get that close to the building, it would be before December 15th. I think they have their last production at Monday the 15th is the Monday of December, I think if my date's right. And then we're going to start putting the fence up right after that. So if you really want to get up and touch the building, it would be prior to, December 15th. Other than that, it's going to be off limits.
We're actually going to be moving all of the musical, all of their storage and everything out long before that final performance. So the building, yes, the auditorium will be intact for that final performance, but then it's literally, the curtain comes down and the fence goes up. And yeah, so just As you can see from the progress of the building is moving very quickly. We're weather tighting the whole building, and quite a few of the interior finishes are progressing. Justin, if you'd like to go ahead and, you can see from the west side that parking, all the west side parking is complete, and you can see our big mechanical hole in the wall that's waiting for that final unit that's sitting outside. But the rest of the building on the west side is pretty well complete, and that parking lot's complete. And you can also see on the other side all of the earthwork that's being done for that large parking lot on the south and east side. And that's what's being shown here, getting ready to do the front of the building. You see all the storefront glasses, and we're in great shape for the building, weather tighted for our winter work. And you can see the curb line on that right-hand picture. It's gone in preparation for the asphalt base and the asphalt that's going to be going on the east side of the auditorium. You know, the exterior of the building is going to look a lot more done before the interior is done, but you can see already the fly loft progress and some of the other shots from the inside of the building at this point. The concrete risers for the auditorium. Hopefully that's the last time we drive a lift truck up on the stage. And you can see the front lobby from here, from those of you who were in attendance at Cypress. It's slightly different orientation because of the way that you come into the building, but it's very much the same design in terms of what you saw over there is what we're rapidly heading towards at Skyline right now. Just more photos of the interior, and you can see the photos from the last piece of the academic wing is very much looking like a finished product in quite a few of the areas. You can see the ceiling grids going in, and we don't have any changes to bring before the board at Skyline. Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
So on Cypress, when it says no new changes, and when do we actually have that final payment so we know here was the total and we're done?
Yeah, we're anxiously waiting that as well. They're still billing, and we're still processing through billing, but it will probably go into next year before we get the final, everything kind of gets sorted out on the bills and things like that.
Okay.
That answer your question?
Yep. Thanks.
So I sat by a councilman from Magna, and she said, my grandson got in the wood shop today. She was just as excited as he was.
Good. We're excited.
The CTE building is amazing. If you haven't had a chance to see it, it is an exceptional facility.
I think the whole thing, and really, you know, as we were looking at it with, Josh took a couple of us on a little tour, but as much as there's some things that we need to, you know, continue to fix and everything, I just said, okay, can we just take a moment though and look, this is a glorious building, and like, I look at, for me, the music room, and I'm like, wow, I would kill to have that room. So it's fantastic, and we're excited. I'm thrilled for the Cypress community. They totally deserve this, and I'm thrilled that Skyline will be getting theirs completed soon too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no other questions. We'll move on. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
All right, we have next on our agenda, we actually have an executive session. This is for the purpose of security, real estate, and legal strategy. And I will entertain a motion as such. Isn't that legal strategy? Oh. Pending litigation? We'll say it that way.
I move we enter executive session for the purpose of security, real estate, and
Pending litigation.
pending litigation.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to move into executive session for the purpose of security, real estate, and pending litigation. This is a roll call vote. Please state your name and your vote. Clark?
Clark Nelson, yes.
Karen Winder, yes?
Chris Nguyen, yes.
Connie Burgess, yes.
Kim Chandler, yes.
Julie Jackson, yes.
Nicole McDermott, yes.